Hey guys, my name's Joe.
I'm also Joe.
Welcome back to SNES's Life. This is recap episode number 47. No, 48. Last one was 47. I forgot. First up this week we got Thomas the Tank Engine and friends. Oh, Jesus. This is legitimately a preschooler's game. Like,
I would not have been entertained with it as a preschooler, though.
I agree. Like, it is a series of very short, quick mini games that feature Thomas. There's like a slide puzzle. There's this where you basically just mash a button to get ahead of the other guy in a race. There's one where you have to, like, the most complicated one is one where you have to, like, place train tracks to go to different places in an order. It looks bad. It sounds bad. I mean, the controls were fine, but it's
not.
I mean, it's designed for a little kid.
But even
then,
keeping that in mind, it's still not good.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would entertain a little kid for that long. It just wasn't great. So, unsurprisingly, Thomas gets a thumbs down. Next up, Redline F-1 Racer. Oh, this was 2 players. It's Formula 1 racing again. We got bored and quit this game after like half an hour.
No, you got mad and quit this game.
Was that what happened?
Yeah.
I didn't care for the controls.
Because you had to do a qualifying race and you slammed into a wall like 3 times. And so you just quit the game.
It was a bad game. I didn't enjoy it. The controls weren't great. It was really easy to go off the road. Once you hit the grass, you were like, done.
It dropped you from any speed you had to like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. It was... There's so many Formula 1 games for some reason for the SNES. And they all attempt to be like simulation games. We have yet to run into one that's like, this is an arcade style, just like you're just in an F1 car racing game. Like, I would like an F1 game that is basically just Top Gear, please. And we have yet to hit one. There are all these stupid simulation, like, look at these real world tracks. And I don't give a I didn't care for it. Again, it had no music. It was just engine noise. Thumbs down. Thumbs down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thumbs down.
After I got apparently angry and rage quit that game, we played Super Widgit, which is a platformer based off of a cartoon from the early 90s about an alien who can transform into other creatures.
Surprisingly, actually not that bad of a platformer, I don't think.
It
was a bit weird.
It was very weird. You're this little purple giant-headed dude, and you collect these... You basically collect what looks like VW symbols. They're little golden widget symbols is what they are, because your name is Widget, so it's a W, like, whatever. I don't understand any of the game. But the levels were short, and you could turn into a bunch of different things, which was neat. There was, like, the spider thing that you saw right there. There you are with apparently RoboCop or Mega Man armor, however you want to look at it. It was playable. The music was okay. The sound was okay. The visuals looked all right. I felt like the control was loose. Like,
the control was a bit loose, but like it also wasn't a very difficult game, so it made it tolerable.
True. Oh, look at that. That's the capture card hating on the recording.
The capture card does not capture in 60 FPS.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst game we've played. Would I run right out and get it? No.
I'm pretty sure we both gave this a thumbs down.
Yeah, I think we did. It wasn't the worst platformer ever, but it just wasn't
good
great.
enough.
Yeah. The only real thumbs up we're getting to right here, Super Bomberman.
I'm pretty sure you spelled it wrong.
Did I? Super Bomberman. Whatever. We played this, all 4 of us. We got Cam and Louie down here. And as a family, we played Super Bomberman or Super Bomberman.
It's Super Bomberman.
Yeah. It's such an amazingly fun party game. Like, in an era when party games really didn't... Like, when you say party game now, you think of Mario Party or some Mario Kart or some 4-player or more player shenaniganry. And in the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis days, those games did exist, but they were very few and far between. And they were usually sports games. And Super Bomberman was an arena battle? Matt, was it a MOBA? I
No?
know it wasn't. It's a stupid statement, but it made me laugh in my head. Look, it's just fun. I mean, your brother and I suck. You're okay. Your mom dominated out of us like 90% of the matches because she's actually good at it.
I think most of the time when someone other than her won, it was because Mira Louie directly targeted her.
I did, yeah. Or just dumb luck. But the game's hilarious. Like, even losing, we were all still having a great time.
Also, we played the single player, which was, or I guess it's not single player, the story mode, which you could do
Two-player
two-player.
co-op. Yeah, that was great.
And it was actually surprisingly fun. Yeah. I actually really liked the story mode.
And the bosses for each area were like these huge sprites that took up like half the screen, and that was really cool. And was there 12 different stages?
There are.
And on this one's pretty basic stage, but there are ones that have springs that throw you in the air. There are tubes that you can run through where you can't see what's in them, so you might run into a bomb.
There's conveyor belts.
There's teleporters. There's one where there's these flowers that keep growing back, and like a Zamboni machine that runs across the board
and pushes your
bombs. Just there's a lot of variety here. The music was catchy and good, and it's just fun time. Like, thumbs up. Super Bomberman holds up well, and it's a series that they're still making games for today. You know, I got Super Bomberman R for the Switch, and I don't know, it's probably like technically Super Bomberman 10 or 12 or something ridiculous. So
it's a few.
I like how you get like a World Wrestling Federation belt when you. That was your mom's character, the White Bomberman. Yeah, she smoked us almost all the time. Thumbs up. Next up is Plok. Now, you did play a little bit of Plok.
I did. I wasn't here for it.
Yeah, you weren't here for when I played it, but you did play it.
I actually really like the concept of Plok. I like that, your weapons are your hands and legs, and you throw them.
It is so weird. So,
it's a very cutesy, childish game, but it's pretty good.
Well, let me tell you this much, okay? So the game starts out, and you look at it and you're like, this looks like a game made for little kids. This is Thomas the Train. You're like, oh my god, it's Thomas the Train. Until you start to play it, and then you're like, oh, it's a platformer. And you're right, I thought it was really interesting that you threw your hands and your legs. And if it hits an enemy, it comes right back to you. But if it doesn't, it just kind of floats out there for a second. And you can actually get ahead of your hands where it takes them a while to catch up to you. There are also some targets in the game where when you hit the target, it takes your limb and hangs it on like a hanger that might be like halfway across the level. And so you might, like, there was one stage where I was like pirate one leg hopping it back to get my limbs. It was hilarious. But the real fact is this: after about the first 10 levels, this game gets hard as like, it gets hard, dude. And this is like, those are the first 10 levels right there. And I'm about to fight the boss. And I don't know how many times. Oh, am I not at the boss? I thought I was at the boss. So the boss are these two giant, like, hopping mouths. And it took me so many times to beat those dudes. Like, they do so much damage. But the graphics are, I love bright and colorful graphics. The sound and music were good. The gameplay was neat and controlled well. The biggest problem I have with the game is that right there.
The logs.
Not just the logs. There are so many gotchas in this game. It's ridiculous. You're walking and it's like, logs. And then you're walking and it's like, oh, platform drops out from under you. And then you're walking and it's like, oh, this dude came out of the ground. And you're like, there's so many just bullshit, like, haha, congratulations, you played a game. It really is irritating. Yeah, and then, like I said, the levels just get hard, like super duper hard. So in the first areas, and when you played, you only played in the first areas, like, most things died to one hit. And then as soon as you get back to the other island, you're killing these fleas. And those dudes you have to hit like 6 times. And they jump. And they land on you. And to actually finish the level, you have to kill them all. And so if you missed one at the beginning of a left-right stage, and you get all the way to the right side of the stage, you have to go all the way back to the left side of the stage to kill the last flea. And I don't care for that. But I know this game does have like a dedicated following, and I did actually give it a thumbs up. It was an interesting game. It was entertaining. it is hard. I don't really have a huge issue with hard games. My biggest issue came with the gotcha moments, where it was just like throwing crap at you. You're like, there's no way you could see that coming unless you knew it was coming, and I think that's a really awful way to design a game. There was a neat spot where you get, I think I got back to my house or something, and then I went and like fell asleep against the statue of my grandpa. And it did like a flashback, and suddenly you're playing as Grandpa, which is basically just Plok with a giant handlebar mustache. And everything's in black and white because it's a memory of old times, and you're running around an island. And it was really interesting, and it's a neat concept, and it was a fun game, but it was super frustrating at points. I will give it that. But like I said, I did give it a thumbs up. Oh, here we go. You get to see me fight these douchebags. We'll hang on here just for a second. Yeah. Because they're ridiculous, and I legitimately had to restart this fight like minimum 10 times. It was bad. I must be talking to someone in the chat. Cotton Island, the Bobbins brothers. Watch these dudes. Bam, they're giant mouths with spiky teeth. Watch my health. Watch how fast my health disappears when they start hitting me. Boom! There went like a fourth of my health. Boom! There goes half of it. Yeah, that's it. 4 hits and you're toast. And like every time you hit them, it does like 1 damage. And it was super frustrating. At the very end, I did finally figure they have a pattern, but it took me a while to get it down. And I reloaded the wrong save state. That's never happened before. Anyway, I did thumbs up it. What? And you said you liked the part you played.
I did enjoy the part I played. I probably would have also given this a thumbs up.
So we'll give it a thumbs up. But yeah, just be aware that if you go back to play Plok, it gets really, really hard later.
Also, it's not the wrong save state. It just restarted the video.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's only a 5-minute clip I pulled. So, well, anyway, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We got 3 thumbs down and 2 thumbs up. So, I mean, that's something. And, yeah, that's recap 48 out of the way. So, thanks for joining us, and thanks for keep watching. Have a good one.
See you guys.